Justin Hawkins rides again. Good day to you. It is I, Justin Hawkins. This is Justin Hawkins Rides Again, my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and sign up for the alerts as well, but you might miss nothing. Today I'm talking about this band called Pillow Queens. Have you guys heard of them? It's an Irish band. Let me just read some facts to you. You'll find this fascinating, I'm sure. So the song that I'm going to be reacting to is called Hearts and Minds, which came out moments ago. Irish indie rock band from Dublin. In late 2016, the group released their first demo EP called Calm Girls. The band announced on the 10th of February 21 that they had signed to the record label Sub Pop's publishing arm, which is, I think publishing's a little bit different to records. I love Sub Pop as a label. Obviously, it's iconic. It's got, got its roots firmly in the history of grunge and all that. I think it's a Seattle imprint. They've got a little gift shop at the Seattle airport. It's quite nice, actually. Got a few stickers from there last time I came through that place. And a T-shirt for my daughter, and myself. But yeah, it's a great label. I love that. But the weird thing about publishing arms of imprints like that, I think they're usually administered by the sort of major publishing companies, because if you don't have that kind of muscle behind it, you lose a lot of revenue, because half of the publisher's job is going around the world and looking for places where your record's been played and so on. A lot of stuff falls through the cracks if you don't have a company that knows what they're doing. So usually, like a publishing arm of an imprint will utilize the resources of a bigger label. So I hope that works out for them. It's pretty cool to have Sub Pop written on your record in whatever capacity. In January 22, the band announced their second studio album, Leave the Light On, set for release on April the 1st this year. Leave the Light On, not to be confused with Belinda Carlisle's Darling, Leave a Light On for Me. I'll be there before you close the door to give you all the love that you need. Now I know. Darling, leave a light on for me. I'll be there before you close the door. No, it's not that. It's Leave the Light On, not Leave a Light On. Important distinction. The band has both pop and punk influences. However, they have been hesitant to define their work, which I think is fair enough. Let's have a listen to this particular song. It's called Hearts and Minds.
I'll take it from myself, I'll save it for the room. After resting in red for the day.
I love her voice. She really ramps up to stuff, and it comes from a croak to something that's really emotive, actually. There's loads of reverb and treatment on there, but nothing to alter the pitch, which I'm a little bit of I'm a bit anti-auto tune. I just think I'd rather hear somebody singing out of tune. I really would. I just think the timbre of it is much nicer. It's more natural, and these guys have got natural timbre in spades. It's lovely. Let's have a look at the chord sequence. It's something like C to G, D minor, to A minor, to G. It's fairly generic, I suppose.
I never wanted to thirst for inertia. Now I'm draining the pool.
I like this. Sort of has a little bit of Keith Richards in the way it's played. A little bit Start Me Uppy type, that kind of phrasery. But it sounds like it's the theme tune to a sort of, I don't know, an 80s American cop show with perhaps, I'm not saying exactly Cagney and Lacey, but doesn't it sort of conjure up like, or, you know what I mean? Like it would be on an electric piano if they did that. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I like the way it's sort of got a G shape here, but then the root note's playing a C. So you get this sort of blend of notes, which is really gorgeous. That's lovely, isn't it? It's nice. And then then when they hit the G, it seems like the guitar player is doing something like, and then hitting a B, which is the major third. I think it's the major third. Yes, the major third. So, but that's the one that rings out, and yet the bass is obviously on a G. It's quite nice. They're doing posh stuff, I think, and even though it sounds kind of rough and ready, in the way it's produced, actually, they've definitely thought about the sort of harmonic information that they're presenting with their instruments, and I always appreciate that sort of effort. Let's have a listen through a bit further.
Well, I'm not fixing to move. I'm atrophied from winning over all these hearts and minds.
So the guitarist is playing this kind of rhythmic lead line over these chords. And again, that's a little ostinato. I think if you know where to look and what you're looking for, you'll see this stuff everywhere. It's a melody that repeats over several different chords. So, you know, the harmonic relationships between those notes and the chords underneath them changes as the progression progresses, hence the word progression, as the sequence progresses. But it gives you a hook to hold on to, and it lets the singer go off and do something quite interesting, I think. It's not you know, the main sort of emotive hook that the chorus has isn't coming from the singer. It's this straight into at the end of the chorus. It's really interesting because when the lead vocal is here, she glides out of the chorus on this note, but the first thing you hear from the guitarist in the opening sort of exchanges of the post-chorus tag, as it were, is this G shape over a C. And she's singing like the major third of a C, which is up here. It's the E. But the chords include this note here, a D, so you get a little bit of dissonance between the vocalist and the guitarist, which is really, really interesting, and it's so nice to hear it. But I feel like I've heard this phrase before. What is that from? It's been bothering me because I can't... I mean, it's probably those notes themselves appear in lots of different things, but when you hear it on a guitar played like that, it's got an echo of something, and I just can't put my finger on it. It's really frustrating, actually. But it reminds me of this as well. Do you remember the last time I said, if I ever thought of lying, I'd rather think I'd died instead? But what is it, the thing with the guitar? It's really annoying me. Monday, start of my holiday. Feels good to get away. Freedom for just 1 week. Ooh. It's not that though. Something about that guitar player, I just can't get over it. It's something and it's bugging me. Please use the comment section to tell me what I'm thinking of, that it reminds me of. It has an echo of something. Thank you.
Now I've got the job stuck in the good and go.
I love the way she sings because she's not afraid of being flat. She's not afraid of being sharp. It's got loads of kind of emotive wobble in it, and she delivers things in a really strange, staggered way. You know, you know. Let's have a look at that chorus a second.
I'm atrophied, winning over all these hearts and minds.
You know, sometimes it's sort of she's ignoring what that lead guitar part's doing, but then occasionally she sort of sings something that's almost along in unison with it. Really, it's really excellent. It's a well thought out arrangement, I think. What is that fucking riff? Oh shit! I've just realised what it is. Just reminds me a little bit of one of the sort of guitar motifs in Monkey Gone to Heaven by the Pixies. I know I'm always going on about the Pixies, but you can't get away from the fact that this is one of the most, well, they are probably the most influential out rock stroke indie rock band of all time. Of all time. Yeah, they must be, mustn't they? Everyone talks about them. But anyway, I'm sorry to speak of them again. So that the motif that happens in the post-chorus tag on Hearts and Minds just has a little bit of that Pixies thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. As I said before, it's fairly generic in terms of the thing, but it's just this. Has a little bit of Monkey Gone to Heaven on it. That's a good thing.
The dizzy heights, they're only gonna kill you twice.
Really, I've seen this a couple of times recently in terms of how they approach the middle eight stroke bridge, depending on which country you come from. It's the bit that usually happens after the second chorus, and perhaps it precedes a guitar solo in a very, very traditional arrangement. But, you know, it's A, B, C. And this is the C section, not Caesarean, or the middle eight, as UK songwriters call it, or the bridge, as American songwriters call it. But it completely breaks down, has a different chord sequence, could be a different song really, and then it resolves itself and finds a way to get back to the original sort of thematic musical approach. I saw that. I think it was maybe it was I can't remember who else it was that did it. I noticed it recently, and this is the second time the middle eight's been approached in that way. Maybe it's a new thing. Maybe this is how people do it now. It's not that. And then the rhythm pattern changes to has a little bit of a galloping thing to it. Ooh, pushing heads between knees. Lovely sort of sensual imagery. Yeah, so the middle section, it doesn't go into a guitar solo. It's like it's very, very long middle section, which builds up and leads to a crescendo. There's a very, very brief pause, and then they're back into the chorus, really. So it's quite interesting. It's not a traditional arrangement, actually. It's impressive stuff. I love her voice. Just think it's really great. And I think this is a band that's clearly not restricted by the usual parameters of songwriting. If they want to have a long middle eight, they'll have it. It lasts considerably longer than 8 bars. There's no guitar solo, but there is a lot of sort of rhythmic lead work in it. Really exciting performances by the rhythm section, and I think it's an interesting band. So look out for the Pillow Queens. I think they're going places. I think I'd like to hear your thoughts on this music and this song especially. Meanwhile, Justin Hawkins writes again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Like, subscribe, sign up for the alerts, and watch one of these 2 videos. Nice one. And cut.